I wanted to talk about whether or not emotions are contagious. So we talk about viruses and bacteria and all of that being contagious, but we don't normally think about how someone else's emotional state might be affecting us, even if they aren't actively in our lives at any given point of time. So we have to take into consideration that sometimes how we are feeling might be a result of how someone else is feeling physically or emotionally at any given time, depending on how we're corded into them, and also depending on whether or not they are connected to one of our lives, either our future lives or our past lives. Energetically, this does make sense, because if we are able to send information to one another via this platform, via recording devices and telephones and Bluetooth and wireless, the internet, through electrical waves signals, we most definitely can send each other telepathic messages. And I know that a lot of these words are triggering to people because we weren't taught about this in schools. We weren't taught this growing up, but we have to think back to when humans didn't have language, how they communicated with sounds and also feelings. I mean, we can trust our intuition a lot more, but reading into what we're feeling and really going deep with how maybe the state of mind of at any given time, or how we feel in our body, might be sending us an electrical message that is connected to someone else. So the whole point of me recording this is to present an opportunity for us to think about an alternate reality where maybe if we step into this idea of our feelings physically and emotionally not necessarily being ours all the time, that we might be able to take some of the stress and burden off of our own psyche and our own bodies and sort of release. So it's sort of like a meditation, just the thought of it, being able to release that back into the universe, back into the energetic field, and recycle it rather than carrying it around and then having our bodies spike our cortisol levels. I mean, this is definitely something that I experience, and I think that when we do enter this field of connecting with people in a way that goes beyond just conversationally or what we see and hear or what we send each other, like via writing or voice, that we open ourselves up to a multitude of more connectivity, for better or for worse. So it could come in and sort of kind of drain you. And so if you start to think about the possibility that you can release these feelings, release these emotions physically and emotionally, mentally, and let them sort of exit your body even on your worst day when you're feeling so bad physically or so bad emotionally and you can't even bring yourself to get out of bed or take a walk, to have this thought that maybe the reason that you're hurting is because you're corded into someone else. Maybe it's not even someone that you know. It could be someone from your past. It could be an ancestor. It could be someone trying to communicate with you. And I know that a lot of people might think, oh, that's crazy. But what if that gives you a window to release yourself from the trauma and then to step into another dimension where you can actually start to feel better, start to heal yourself? I mean, that word it has so much meaning to it, and it can mean different things to different people. But I just wanted to share this thought And I would be happy to hear anybody else's opinions on this. And thank you so much for listening.